Good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Please get your green gear 20% off. Promo code FATHER, all caps. Normally I'll say, like, to America, we're in trouble. But this time, it's our neighbors to the north, America's hat. Canada, eh? What are you talking about? Well, I'll tell you what Justin is talking about, and it's about some bullshit. Shout out to Christian, my Canadian connection. Shout out to Dustin. Man, look, so Justin Trudeau, I'll put a link in the description box because I will not be the only one with the, well, actually, it's not even anger blood. It's just, what the fuck? So, Justin Trudeau said that in Canada, if this bill is passed into law, that you will no longer be able to buy, sell, transfer, or import handguns in Canada. That's right, he says he's putting a freeze on handguns. You can't buy them. You can't sell them. You can't, all right, man, let me transfer this over to you for whatever reason. You can't do that. Gun manufacturers and other people cannot import guns into Canada because he thinks that stopping the sale and transfer of handguns, that's going to make the criminals go, uh-oh, guys, more strict gun laws. Let's stop doing this. They're making it more strict. It's not fair. The law-abiding citizen is having their hands cuffed even tighter. So it's not fair, guys. Criminals, fall back. You think that's what's going to happen? You fucking love child, Justin, Castro. Look. What was it? I think it was Dustin who sent me a split screen of Justin Trudeau and Fidel Castro. Half was Justin's face, half was Castro's face. It looked like the same face. His mom had what did Jada Pinkett call it? An entanglement. She had an entanglement with Fidel Castro. That's Fidel Castro's son. I don't think we need to get Maury involved in this. No big envelope here. When it comes to the worst prime minister Canada's ever seen, Fidel Castro, you are the father of this Charmin soft pussy. All right, I don't know if I have any vagina viewers, but if there are any vaginas out there watching this, I apologize. Justin Trudeau is a pussy. He's a pussy that's wrapped in cotton balls, and then that's wrapped in the bubble wrap. You know, when you're a little kid, you like to pop them until your dad said, hey, right? That's how much of a pussy Justin Trudeau is. He's a bitch. He's a bitch wrapped in pussy, wrapped in cotton balls, wrapped in bubble tape. That is the weakest. He has kids, right? So I think he's a male. But he's the weakest elected official I've ever seen. You are in dire straits, Canada. And he said, in Canada. Just the way he talks makes my hands go like this. I can't stand that bitch. I don't know a lot about Canadian politics. I'm barely keeping a grip on the one we got down here. But I like how, I don't know if you guys call it a parliament, since you have a prime minister, but how when Justin Trudeau addresses the parliament, that's what I'm going to call it, because I'm not sure if it's called that or not, but it feels right. Like he's down on the floor, like he's standing there on their level, literally and figuratively. I like how he's not behind a podium on some raised stage. No, you get your ass down there and you face the people you're trying to fuck over. If you're going to try to bend the Canadians over a barrel of maple syrup, the least you can do is look them in their eyes before you insert. Canada. Handguns in Canada. Oh, I just want to fucking... God, right in the back of his head, it hurts, it burns you, itches. That's how hard I want to hit that idiot. What are you talking about, man? Taking guns away from law-abiding citizens only harms the law-abiding citizens. If you got a chicken coop full of chickens and you got foxes circling the pen, but the only thing keeping them from coming in there and killing the chickens is a big, black, ugly, scary AR-15. Or in this case, I'm sorry, that's America. In this case, a handgun. So a big, black Desert Eagle handgun, right? That's the only thing keeping the foxes out of the hen house from killing all of your chickens. So one day you decide, you know what? I think it's a good idea that we take the guns away from the chickens. And the chickens are like, yo, what the fuck? That's all we have to defend ourselves. So they go in there and they take all the guns away from the chickens. So what do you think the fox is going to do? The foxes are going to say, fall back, guys. They don't have the guns to protect themselves. But when they do, we'll be back. Or do you think that fox is going to find a way to get his slimy ass inside of the cage and massacre all of the chickens? I did a video yesterday about a lady. You won't hear a peep. The mainstream mediocres are quiet as a dead church mouse about that lady in West Virginia who put that would-be mass murderer down. They were at a party. He comes back with a big, black, scary AR-15. And she said, not today, fucker. Boom, boom. Took care of him. She was carrying that gun legally, by the way. So, but they bought the gun legally, 18 years old. Well, this lady bought her gun legally, and look what she did. Look how many lives she saved. Nothing from the mainstream mediocres. But up there in Canada, I guess that fucking hoser has it figured out. So if he makes it, and what if you're a woman who you live in a rough neighborhood or something happened, you were accosted, or you just don't feel safe anymore. Maybe you saw something happen on your way home or out in public somewhere. Or maybe you're watching your neighborhood deteriorate into a dystopian Mad Max landscape and you want to protect yourself. Maybe your property and your family. And you say, now I'm ready to get a fire. What'd you say, Justin? Damn it. Now she can't get it because he's putting a freeze on handguns. What if you need something compact that you can conceal or hide in your home easily or have on your person easily? Everybody's not like Jack Nicholson at the end of Batman where he pulled out that long-ass 8-foot gun. And that's another thing. Speaking of long guns, those are going to have their magazines capped at 5 rounds. So if you have a long gun that takes a magazine, cap it at 5, player. That's all you get. And don't think that this is where it stops. This is only the beginning. This is the tip of the iceberg, and you're the Titanic, Canada. It's going to rip a hole in your hull, and you will sink. That's just the beginning. This is the start of the race. There's a bill. In that bill, they want to start having buybacks. Maybe it'll start off voluntary. And they're also offering money. They're incentivizing provinces up there if they ban handguns. They've set aside $1 billion. It said $1 billion. Is that Canadian money? I don't know what the fuck that means. But it said $1 billion. So we'll just say $1 billion Canadian dollars set aside for provinces that ban handguns. That's called incentive. So you're being incentivized, and do Canadians have some type of constitution up there? I know hunting's big. Don't you guys hunt moose? Well, now you got a big moose knuckle in your parliament as your prime minister. Justin Trudeau is a big-ass moose knuckle, a camel toe. You know what? Even better. Up north, they got the moose knuckle. We got the camel toe down here standing next to that shaky son of a bitch at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. This man should be sitting in front of a bowl of freshly cooled butterscotch pudding, dreaming of being out there at pondside with a blanket over his lap in a wheelchair, feeding ducks stale bread at the Golden Hills retirement home. That's where he should be. And I'm gonna give you a little taste of what that jackass said, or what Biden is perverted said. Mr. Hey, this isn't the mall. Happy birthday. He said, and I quote, 9mm. He said he was somebody, I imagine he was near in front of a doctor. They said they showed him an X-ray, and he said a 22 caliber round, if it gets stuck in the lung, he could possibly remove it and save the life. But he said, and I quote, a 9mm round will blow the lung out of the body. The idea of these high caliber weapons. I'm going to say that for the next video. I'm not going to touch that comment. But if you know anything about guns, you know how stupid and foolish that statement is. That man has never, if you've never touched a gun, I don't want you telling me shit about gun laws. Because I'm not at a heart surgeon convention telling them how to operate on somebody's heart, because I don't do that. I don't know shit about it. But you're talking about when in God's name are we going to see? I'm starting the video right now. That'll be the next one. You know how stupid that statement is. A 9mm round will blow the lung out of the body. So Americans don't think that this can't roll down here to us. Liberal leftist bullshit rolls downhill. They are the petri dish. They're going to try that out on the fucking hosers up north, and if it works, it's coming down here. They're already starting it. The language. They're already starting to vilify guns and apparently rounds now. It's coming. Canada's just getting it first. The tsunami is cresting on Canada first. In Canada. I can't stand Justin Castro. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell, because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.